Hi guys, welcome back to Puck Talk. My name is Sahil and this is Mark. On today's episode, we'll be discussing the Canucks goaltending situation. So let's get to it. So as you can tell, we're both Canucks fans. He's got the T-shirt, and yeah, they're my second favorite team. And so they've had a really disappointing season so far, and a big cause behind this disappointing season is the goaltending situation. So yeah, let's discuss that now. Do you know the stats, or do you want me to tell you them right now?
I would rather have you read the stats just so that the fans can see my reaction to most of these stats.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so like before this podcast, we looked at it and we both had the same reaction. It was crazy.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Okay, yeah. So let me go through them. So the wins leader is Spencer Martin with 3 starts. He has 2 wins and 1 overtime loss, and a 327 goals against average and a save percentage of 899. Now this is where it gets fun. The second place in win, I guess, is Demko with 9 starts, 1 win and 6 losses and 2 overtime losses. And his goals against average is 390 and save percentage of 879. So yeah, Demko has 1 win in 9 starts, and
That
that might
is
explain why the Canucks are doing so bad.
that's terrible considering the fact that every one in the league, at least an analyst, thinks that Demko is like a top 10, top 8 goalie caliber. But so far, he's the sample size between Spencer Martin and Demko, they're basically playing the same exact way. They both show the same exact stats, and they're honestly on the same pace starting.
But
Nine,
Martin has wins.
yeah. Martin has what? How many wins? Did you say?
He started 3 games and he's won 2 and lost 1 in overtime. I mean, that's just a if you
But he
ignore
has
the
a
stats,
smaller
it's
sample
pretty.
size.
That's
That's
true.
3 games compared to Demko's 9.
Yeah, and Demko has less wins still.
Yeah, yeah, and Martin at the same time with that smaller sample size has almost been playing the same as Demko has,
Oh, I
which is
also guess Martin gets the easier games, right? Like I'm
yeah,
guessing Boudreaux puts him on like the
Martin
easy
plays
teams.
in between the back-to-backs. So
Yeah.
he's also who I'm pretty sure Martin's played Anaheim, Pittsburgh, and Columbus.
Pittsburgh, they were in a slump when they played them.
Yeah,
Yeah, Anaheim,
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, Columbus, yeah. Anaheim
Yeah,
and yeah.
Anaheim is not exactly one of the best teams in the league. I'm
Well, the
not.
Canucks scored 9 goals, so that kind of helped.
Yeah, the Canucks offense in that game was absolutely insane. I
Yeah,
feel
so
like Martin. We were there at that game. I feel like Martin could have actually saved some of the shots that Anaheim took. I just felt like that he was very out of position. Like his positioning is not
yeah.
the best. I would say that it's
Okay,
below
yeah.
average.
So like I think I can put like I didn't know that the goaltending was this bad until I actually looked at the stats. I
Lucky.
was kind of blaming the defense for most of it, but what do you think is the cause of this? Like, do you think the goalies are just bad, or do you think the defense is bad in front of them?
So here's the thing about if you ever watch the games, it's for Demko, the defense has been really subpar. There have been a lot of moments where they just allowed breakaways, they've allowed 3-on-1s, they've allowed 2-on-1s, they've allowed really bad situations for Demko to be in. However, I feel like that there's a small sample size of where Demko could have made the save, but like we'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he was probably really screened in that scenario. But most of the time, Demko has been put in really bad situations. Spencer Martin, on the other hand, I think he's just a really below average goalie in the NHL. I don't think he's anything special. Yes, he has the 2 wins, but at the same time, they're against a Pittsburgh team that wasn't there, and they're against Anaheim, who in that game really slacked on the defensive end. And honestly, the reason why the Canucks won that game was because of the offense, not the defense.
You know Martin's career stats? I know it's not a big sample size, but
Martin's
he's
career stats hasn't he only played 12 games in
yeah,
total?
12 games, but he's 5-2-5.
That's
Those are pretty nice numbers for the points percentage.
he in theory has more losses though.
Yeah, but it's overtime losses. You get half points.
Yeah, half
You
points.
take
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, sure. The point of the matter is that he still didn't win the game.
Yeah, that's true.
he still didn't help his team win that game. They still lost the game. And it puts into perspective that like yes, Martin is a below average goalie. He's the backup for Demko. And when Demko does start, it does look worse. For some reason, when Demko starts, it looks like our defense has been slacking instead of actually like playing up to it.
So you think when Demko plays, it's the defense being bad, and when Martin plays, it's just him being bad, I guess.
Yeah, do you remember how most of the Nashville game, if we both watched the Nashville game, you could see that the Canucks actually were willing to get back into rush. They were actually back checking one and two. When Anaheim was set up in their offensive zone, we could just say Anaheim's bad, but the Canucks were covering them pretty well. They didn't really let any passes through the middle. One goal that was let in the Nashville game was like a huge mess in the crease and Martin didn't really get into position correctly, and he was literally on his ass, and he couldn't make the
Mm,
save. It
yeah,
was like I feel like that in terms of pure skill and like what is going on, I think that Demko is playing. Considering the defense, he's playing okay. Most of the goals that are on him are cross creases, are 2-on-1 rush situations, breakaway situations, all of that. Spencer Martin, most of them are in like set plays, random slappers. He's somewhat screened. One dude dicing the whole entire defense and then just still scoring on Martin even though he's up close to the net, like really close to the net for no reason. I just think that as of right now, the goalie situation in Vancouver, and Vancouver is really known for like not having a bad goalie in a
yeah,
sense. I
yeah.
think that in my personal opinion, the Canucks have had a at least a average or above average goalie throughout most of my time being alive. Even Ryan Miller, even though it's like a really over the hill, Ryan Miller, he played really well. But I don't know as of right now, as a Canucks fan, on how I feel about the goalie situation, other than the fact that it's been absolutely terrible. Because
Seriously?
our
Yeah.
quote unquote starting goalie is 1-9. That's crazy.
That's a one and something. Let me go back. Uh, he is. Oh, shoot. He is 1-6-2. Yeah. And
So he's 1-8.
yeah. When Demko plays, the team plays bad, and Martin's just bad. I guess that's our conclusion on this topic.
That yeah.
Yeah. So do you think they'll turn it around?
I
Do you
think
think? Yeah.
Demko will turn it around. I don't see Martin as an actual talent, and that's
I
just
don't think.
something
Yeah.
that I will say.
I don't think Martin is gonna be a factor. To be
I
honest,
don't think
he doesn't
Martin is
matter.
yeah, in the long term, I don't think Martin's gonna matter. I think that we really downplayed our backup goalie there.
So I think we're mainly talking about. Do we think Demko is gonna turn it around?
Yes, he is, as NHL analysts have said, and honestly, in my opinion, Demko is a top 10, top 8 goalie in the league. I think that he's just in a slump. I don't really exactly know why, other than the fact that he is being put into terrible situations. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the team.
basically all that I could think of. I think he picks it up if the defense itself picks it up.
Yeah, that's fair. They're
We
not really
also
helping out
another
too
big
much.
thing is that we also have to stop committing turnovers for those 2-on-1 rushes.
Yeah, it's an entire problem for the team, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
because the goalie the Demko situation is a whole it's just like part of like a tree of problems that the Canucks have.
Yeah, but to be honest, like if you're at the beginning of the season, you were talking about problems in the Canucks, I guess, game or lineup.
Mhm.
I would never point to goaltending. I'd point at the right defense side and maybe like offensive depth a bit. But I would
Mhm.
never blame the goaltending. It's just a big surprise, I guess, this season.
Yeah, well, to be fair, like you didn't really watch the games too much. Sadly watched every Canucks game so far, and I'm telling you right now that there's some there's some of it's not all of it, but a little bit is because of Demko. A lot of it is because of the defense and our turnovers to cause those 2-on-1 rushes.
Okay, well that concludes this topic, I guess. So let's hope the goaltending gets a little bit better at some point.
Ooh,
Very soon, I hopefully.
please, dear God, save me from this team.
Well, thanks for watching this episode, guys, and we'll see you next time.